Hi everyone and welcome to One Six Figure Focus, and in this video I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing the Officer K figure from the movie Blade Runner 2049, made by the Artisan Studio Company, aka Poor Toys on Instagram. Let's get started. So this is a custom figure, the only custom figure in my collection as of now. I don't have any third parties unlicensed, but this is the first ever custom. It's by Poor Toys on Instagram. That's por.toyz, and this is his or their company, the Artisan Studio Company. Nothing to do with InArt Artisan. This is the box. As you can see, it has the official Blade Runner 2049 branding, and this is called Officer K, just like in the movie, Ryan Gosling's character. None of this clone killer, clone hunter, replicant hunter. I don't like that about third parties, to be honest. You've got a one-to-one LAPD detective badge. It's basically a replica of what K had, or Officer K had in the movie, and you have a 1/6 scale version as well, which I'll show you later on, which is in his identification. So that's a nice touch. It's actually metal, it's like die cast as well, and underneath you have a card. I got number 4 of this, I believe. There are 2 versions of this from what I understand. That one is like is ones that get sent to the shops. This one that I got directly from Poor Toys has better paint apps on the head sculpt, from what I understand. That cavity there, that's the first layer. As you can see, like, the unboxing experience is pretty premium. Lots of foam. Everything's individually wrapped, but for the purpose of this review, I've just taken out the wrapping and stuffed them underneath the hands of the head sculpt there. So that cavity would be for the entire figure. That's the clean version with the unweathered head sculpt and the coat and stuff like that, ready assembled. Then of course you have a different mixture of not only the weathered, bloodied up head sculpt, but some gloved hands and regular ungloved hands, and they're all magnetic. Both head sculpts, all the hands, the base and the boots, all magnetic. That's a nice touch. I suppose that's the difference between custom and maybe a cheaper third party. I think it does actually scream quality. The figure isn't perfect, but still those little touches are nice. The next layer down, obviously I've removed everything I need to make the pose that I have, which is over my shoulder here, and you're going to see it later close up in this video. But underneath here you'd have the magnetic base. Interestingly, H and Silver Fox Ian got 2 bases and I only got 1. I wasn't sure if that's an error on their part. He should have only got 1, or I should have got 2, but I have to contact him anyway, because my base, the magnet, is excellent, but it did actually break off in transit. I glued it back on, there's no problem, but it's just, it shouldn't happen, to be honest. I'm going to contact him about that. So what I just held up there was a complete set of clothing: pants, coat, textured jumper, completely weathered, the same as the boots there. So you could put together another one if you had another body, a completely weathered version. And underneath that there was different other accessories as well, which I'll show you later on. Apologies for quick interruption to this video. If you're watching this video right now, hit the like button, and more importantly, hit the subscribe button. It really helps me grow the channel, and the support is greatly appreciated. Back to the video. So this is everything that he comes with. The parts that I had removed that I haven't shown you, the box, everything. So I want to make sure that I show you every single piece that comes in this box in this particular version. So what you're looking at is Officer K. That's exactly how he comes in the plastic there on the I suppose the first layer, underneath the layer that has the one-to-one badge. It has the clean, unweathered, unbloodied up head sculpt and all the clean clothing. You do get 2 sets of clothing as well. And I'm only going to go through the normal versions here. I'll show you everything, but I'm not going to take all the clothing off and just swap it out. So that's the Ryan Gosling head sculpt, or Officer K head sculpt. Now, from my understanding, there are two versions, just like I said, one that you could buy in the shops and then one that gets shipped from him. My understanding that just before he shipped it, he told me the head sculpt kind of, it's like there was an updated head sculpt. I'm not sure if the future versions will have that as well, but it's more, I suppose, closer to his prototype, which is good because I don't think the prototype was a dead ringer from Ryan Gosling to begin with. It definitely wasn't a 9 or a 10, but I think with the updated paint apps, it does bring it up to a 7 or an 8. I can see Ryan Gosling there. I think it looks a lot more natural. So this is the simple pose that I'm going for. Again, all the clean, unbattle damage, unweathered clothing, standing on the magnetic Blade Runner 2049 branded base, which is actually really good quality. I did have to unfortunately stick that round magnet back on underneath with a kind of Gorilla Glue, which I wasn't too happy with, but look, these things happen. There's some of the accessories. I believe that's Deckard's gun, Harrison Ford's character. Then you got the 1/6 scale identification with the badge. Of course, you get the 1-to-1 version, the top layer, and then the little horse carving that is kind of integral to Blade Runner 2049. And this pose, very simple. I've got his blaster. I've opted for the gloved hands, the gloved blaster holding hand, which magnetizes onto the wrist there. I have a relaxed gloved hand on the left, but you can't see because his hand is in his pocket, similar to one of the poses that he does in the movie. That's the pose I wanted to go for. The body, I think with the body in this, I think they could have used a slightly bigger body. Maybe they didn't because of all the layering, but that'd be one of my critiques. And it doesn't pose the easiest. The neck is one of those. It's a complete, the head and the neck, they're one complete part that just slots down into magnetic part. So it's you lack a bit of. I would have liked that break at the neck just to get a bit more articulation, but you really have to dial in your pose to make this figure look natural. That's the other the second sculpt that comes with this. Of course, in the movie, if you've seen the movie, you know what happens. He gets into a battle, he becomes bloodied up, and he bleeds because obviously this type of replicant, they look like humans, and he bleeds like a human, but he's not human. Behind them, you've got the weathered boots as well. Just gonna take a closer look at this sculpt. It's pretty good. I mean, he looked kind of funny with that plaster on his nose in the movie, and he kind of looks pretty funny here. But again, that sculpt's probably a 7 or 8 out of 10. These boots are the second set of boots. They're more weathered because, again, it comes with an entire different set of clothing. You've got not only the bloodied up battle damaged head sculpt, but you've got bloodied up weathered clothes. As you're going to see here, an entirely different coat which has blood all over the collar, the pants, and the textured jumper. I don't think there's much difference in the jumper and the pants, but obviously there's a big difference in the head sculpts, the boots, and the coat in terms of weathering. Just to recap as well, base is magnetic, both sets of boots are magnetic, both head sculpts are magnetic, and all the hands, whether they're the gloved or the ungloved, whether they're fisted or gun holding or relaxed, they're all magnetic, which is a nice touch from I suppose I was about to say third party, but it's a funny, I think custom, I don't really consider them third party. It does have the actual Blade Runner 2049 branding on the box, on the little, like, the card and stuff comes with it, the base, and has Officer K as well. So it's both smaller custom run. I suppose that maybe that's the difference between licensed third party and then the custom, in kind of in between the two of them. So again, that's the 1-to-1 LAPD detective police badge like Kay would have used in the movie. Nice touch, not necessary, but it is a nice touch. Again, leans into this premium feel. Overall, one of the reasons I don't go for third party, because I find the bodies can be awkward. Not all the time. There's some fantastic stuff out there. I know Mars Toys is doing great stuff, but I just prefer to go licensed, whether it's InArt, Hot Toys. I don't have any J&D, but you know what I mean. I do have some Big Chief Studios, and they're not a thing anymore. But I tend to prefer licensed, and I do like this because it doesn't feel like a stand-in. Now, if Hot Toys or InArt ever did this, I probably would jump ship. So in conclusion, the head sculpt and the body could be better, but it doesn't feel like a placeholder. Okay folks, that's the end of the video. If you want to support the channel, please like the video, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this particular figure and let me know if you're going to pick one up or not. You can also follow me on Instagram. That's it. That's the end of the video. See you in the next one. Good luck.